Hello, my name is Cindy Davis, and along with my cohort, Parker Daniel, welcome you to view our presentation on Famous and Infamous, a catalog of gemstones. Diamonds are forever, but only in more recent history did diamonds catch the attention of our ancestors. Colored gemstones have been coveted since ancient times, both for beauty and their purported mystical properties. Gemstones became revered and admired as gifts from the earth. Gemstones have been used for figurines and jewelry for centuries. An inscribed amethyst necklace is dated at 2000 BC was found in South Arabia. The Olmecs, an ancient tribe in South America, carved this little man from an emerald, while the Mayans carved this man's face from jade. A jewel-encrusted Roman bracelet is dated 100 CE. These exquisite Byzantine garnet earrings are from the 3rd or 4th century. Next, we have a ruby hat pin that was discovered in the tomb of Lady May, who died in 1474 during the Ming Dynasty. This emerald-cut vessel was cut from the largest known emerald found in the famous Musou mines in Colombia by the Spanish in the 16th century. Marie Antoinette's extravagant spending helped fuel the French Revolution, and eventually she lost her head. But these glorious diamond earrings are still on display. Catherine II of Russia loved her royal jewels, and this ruby brooch is a lovely example. The pink topaz brooch was created in circa 1860 and was purchased by the Princess of Wales in 1901. She eventually became Queen Mary. More recent are Elizabeth Taylor's diamond and ruby necklace and earring set, and Princess Diana's sapphire and diamond engagement ring. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, especially if you are the monarch of England. The Koh-i-Noor diamond, first mined in the 13th century, came into Queen Victoria's possession after the conquest of Punjab in 1849. Prince Albert had the stone recut to expose the brilliance within the stone. And now I would like to introduce Parker Daniel.
The domain of our organizing system is gemstones and information resources about gemstones. The scope is famous and infamous gemstones. This includes famous gemstones throughout history, extremely rare gemstones, and gemstones selling for exorbitant amounts at auction. Our audience are collectors, vendors, and general enthusiasts. The organization model is Ferber, and our organizing system supports the following interactions: find, identify, select, and obtain, as well as browse or navigate. We also use the Gemological Institute of America's Clarity classifications and terminology. This is a list of what we determined were the 6 most important elements for this organizing system. In the slides to follow, we will present our controlled vocabulary for each element.
Gemstones and diamonds can be found around the world. Sri Lanka is known as the treasure box of the Indian Ocean, having the most different species of gemstones available. Colombia produced the most prized emeralds, and Myanmar, historically known as Burma, has been known for centuries for the pigeon blood red rubies. Macedonia is not as well known, but produces only raspberry-colored rubies. Madagascar is the largest producer of sapphires, while South Africa has become renowned for their diamonds and Australia for opals. Dates of origin are not always known, especially for gems that were confiscated on foreign soil after defeat in battle. To have dates adds to the provenance of the gems. The mines are equally important. Musou mines of Colombia are known to produce the finest emeralds. In addition, where a mine is located can influence the color of the stones due to the influence of other minerals found in the deposits. Green sapphires are created in the presence of iron. Each gemstone is formed under different geological forces. At Mohs scale is a scale of hardness used in classifying minerals. It runs from 1 to 10 using a series of reference minerals, and a position on the scale depends on the ability to scratch minerals rated lower. The scale is named after Frederick Moe, who had been a foreman in a mine and later, while working for the Archduke Johann, used his knowledge to create the scale in 1812. Other methods are employed today, such as chemical testing, but the scale is still in use. Diamonds were not considered a valued stone due to their dull appearance. Diamonds are the hardest of the precious stones, and as such, it was not until the 13th century that craftsmen finally had the tools and knowledge to cut diamonds and release their inner brilliance. Since that time, additional styles of cuts have been developed. Each generation studies and plots the best course to show the diamond and other gemstones at their best. Today, with the use of lasers, the cuts are even more intricate, allowing for the inner fire to be released from the stone. Cabochon, the original style used for stones, is still reserved for opals, star sapphires, and star rubies, as this style shows these unique stones' qualities in the best fashion.
For the element of color, we have 4 different sub-elements: hue, intensity, tone, distribution. Hue refers to the stone's precise spectral color, and its value follows Roy G. Biv: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Intensity, or saturation, refers to the brightness or vividness, or to the dullness or drabness of the stone's color. Tone refers to how much black, white, gray, or brown is present in the stone, or more generally, to how light or dark the stone is. And distribution refers to the even or uneven distribution of color. For the element of clarity, we have the sub-elements of GIA classification and GIA terminology. Under the classifications, Type 1 is for gemstones formed under optimal geological conditions, with inclusions that are not very noticeable. Type 2 is for gemstones formed under more severe geological conditions, with inclusions that are typically more noticeable. And Type 3 is for gemstones formed under the most violent geological conditions, with inclusions occurring more frequently and typically more observable to the unaided eye. The GIA terminology listed here are self-explanatory and denote the level of inclusions in a given stone. It's important to note here that a stone's classification determines the terminology used in its description. For a Type 1 stone, like a diamond, slightly included means there are only minor inclusions, difficult to see with the unaided eye. However, slightly included also allows for more noticeable inclusions in a Type 3 stone, like an emerald. Carat as an element seems simple enough. It's a numerical value. But it's important to note here that carat is a measure of weight and not size. 2 stones of the same weight can vary in size depending on their mineral composition. For example, an emerald would be larger than a diamond of the same carat because emeralds are lighter and have greater mass per carat.
This is our sample record for the Darya-i-Noor, also known as the Sea of Light. It was originally owned by the Kakatiya dynasty. The diamond is part of the Iranian crown jewels and is owned by the Central Bank of Iran in Tehran. The stone was looted twice before coming into the possession of the Shahs of Iran. The clarity and carat are not precise, as the stone cannot be removed from its current fragile setting. The experts believe it is a Type 2A and appears to be perfectly clean. Based on measurements, the stone most likely weighs 182 carats. The Dresden diamond. This is a natural green diamond caused by exposure to natural radiation during the formation. For most green diamonds that are found, the color is only on the surface and disappears with the cutting. The Dresden is a saturated green diamond. The picture depicts the diamonds with 3 separate parts. These sections can be interchangeable or each piece can be worn alone. The fleece was the first setting for the Dresden diamond, as it was a part of the decorations for the Order of the Golden Fleece. The name of the diamond comes from Dresden, Germany, where the diamond has been located for the last 200 years. George I of England and Frederick Augustus I of Saxony were both known to shown the diamond for purchase. However, it was Frederick Augustus II who purchased the gem in 1741, and it was housed in the Green Vault located in the Dresden Castle until the castle was destroyed in World War II. The stone is now housed in the Albertinium Museum in Dresden.
This is our sample record for the Hope diamond. Originating in 17th century India as the Tavernier Blue, the Hope diamond is one of the world's most infamous gemstones, said to be cursed. Its mysterious provenance spans 3 centuries of intrigue and includes such owners as the French royal family in the Ancien Regime, the Hope family in England, Harry Winston in the States, and currently the Smithsonian Institution. We can see here in this picture with Miss Piggy that the stone continues to capture our imagination.
The Roosevelt Aquamarine was a present to the First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt from President Getúlio Vargas of Brazil in 1936. The stone was from his private collection. The First Lady traveled around the world for her husband, and the aquamarine was a talisman for those who traveled the seas. In 1947, the former First Lady had the gem appraised, and the U.S. government was a bit upset. The former First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt explained that in knowing the worth, she would greater appreciate the generosity of the government of Brazil. The gemstone was a favorite of hers and can be seen at the Franklin Delano Roosevelt Presidential Library and Museum.
This is the item record for the CTF Pink Star Diamond. Originally called the Steinmetz Pink, this stone was mined in South Africa by De Beers in 1999. The stone was also featured as part of the Smithsonian Institution's exhibition, Splendor of Diamonds. It is the largest fancy, vivid pink diamond ever graded by the GIA and has generated a lot of press. Earlier this month, the stone sold at Sotheby's in Hong Kong for the record-breaking price of $71.2 million.
While researching this project, we realized just how large the interest is in historical gemstones and diamonds. Pinterest has exploded with Pinterest boards showcasing these coveted stones, but the information is limited. Sorting through the actual vintage pieces, replicas, and paste can be daunting, and our system would add to the knowledge of each stone, allowing for easier searches of specific stones. In this presentation, we have explained the components of our organizing system. The sample records presented show how this system supports specific interactions. The audience can sort by the various elements and browse specific gemstones. It is clear such an information resource would be invaluable for users with an interest in gemstones. Thank you.